5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My name is Zachary Heck. I am from a little town just outside Morgantown called Baxter, West Virginia. I started out at geology, and then I went back and got a master's in forestry with an emphasis in hydrology. So my work has now shifted to hydrology-related work, primarily surface water. Growing up, my family never really had money, but we always like to travel places. We a lot of times like to travel to different state parks. Instead of being able to go into the gift shops and be able to buy knickknacks and stuff like that from the gift shops, a lot of times we would go down to the local stream and collect rocks. And through that, it just grew a fascination of me for geology. During the undergrad in geology, it seemed like almost every weekend we were somewhere on some field trip. So it helped drive that interest, and then just in general, just the physical sciences, being out there. I was happy with what I was doing, but I wanted to go further. So I actually came back to WVU. I started my master's, where I essentially came on as a student worker. I was a field tech. I measured stream flow and created what's called stage first discharge rating curves. And then with that, then graduated and am now pursuing a career with the United States Geological Survey as a hydrologic technician. And I'll be responsible for maintaining 20 to 30 surface water monitoring instruments around the state of New York. With that, then go out and collect stream flow data and other various things related to stream flow. And that could be any time of the year or during flooding, stuff like that. The USGS have developed these, like what I did with my master's, the stage versus discharge rating curves, which they have hundreds of points of stream flow measurements at different water levels in these rating curves. Like anything in nature, things change, so we have to go out there and collect additional measurements just to see how the stream's shifting, to make sure that whatever estimates or whatever timings are given are as accurate as possible. With climate change, they're saying the severity of storms and the shifting of different climate patterns is going to be more prevalent. So the ability to monitor the water, East Coast were not so much of an issue, but a lot, especially out west, in the Midwest and the West Coast, where you're having major droughts come through, and you're going to need to allocate water to certain groups because this dam is holding up a reservoir for this city to have drinking water. But if they hold too much, then downstream the next reservoir might not be able to house enough for another city. So the East Coast, not so much of that, but for more around this area, it's understanding flow. So pollutants. So if there's pollutants in the water, the ability to understand how fast it will move through the system to say, okay, well, if this occurs here, then this pollutant will be to this location at X amount of time, because with this research, you're understanding the flow and how fast the water is moving at the different points of the stage. This is a federal position that's the United States Geological Survey. They have many aspects, many branches within the organization where they do stream water monitoring, especially during floods. They do geologic mapping. They do biological research. There's a whole multiple branches within the USGS that opens up the ability, if someone is interested in STEM or physical sciences, a lot of times there is a position there that they might be interested in.